Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Sally from TechNuts and welcome to the review of the DS Cube made by Aerocool. DS standing for Dead Silence. This time Aerocool have opted for a horizontal placement of the motherboard, so it's not based against your side panel as a conventional PC case, but I'll talk about that later on in the video. Let's have a look at the front of the case. We have a 3.5 inch and 2.5 inch exposed space, so you can put CD drive or any other memory card readers, etc. At the top we have power options, so we've got power on, reset button, LED indicator, ports for microphone, headphone, 2 USB 3.0 and 2 USB 2.0. This little panel at the top is also interchangeable, so at the moment we've got one for silence. You can change one that has a mesh material in order to get better airflow and more cooling inside your case. On both sides of the case we have a solid panel, however you can purchase one with acrylic window that measures at 270mm. At the bottom we have an aerodynamic and raised base in order for better airflow and ventilation. We also have 4 rubber grommets so your case won't be sliding off anywhere. At the back of the case we have 4 toolless screws as you would expect from most computer cases nowadays. We have a 120mm fan included, made by Aerocool. It's a silent fan so the speed is limited to 500 RPM. You can also expand it to 140mm if you need extra fan and airflow. We have 2 rubber grommets for water cooling, and this is one of my favorite parts. In order to have your PC interface cards, normally you have to screw it in. However, we have this really cool and wicked toolless system, so you just lift it up, slot in your graphics card, sound card, or whatever you want to put in there, and you just drop it back down, screw it tightly in, and that's it. You don't need any screws or the need of a screwdriver. It's really unique design. I haven't seen that on the case before. And we also have a cutout for the motherboard I/O. At the bottom of the device we have a cutout for the power supply unit. However, due to the size of this case, Aerocool do not recommend a power supply longer than 160cm. We also have a really nice washable dust filter. We know, power supply gain a lot of dust, so you can easily take it off, wash it, and then have it back. This computer comes with a host of screws, so you've obviously got screws for your power supply unit, your motherboard, screws for hard drives, etc. You also get more if you want to expand in terms of adding extra SSD, you want to add a DVD drive, more hard drive. All of that is included. Aerocool also include cable ties in order to make sure all your cable are neat and out of the way. Everyone wants a clean looking rig. The top is detachable and you will explode for mounting options of 2 extra fans. So you can mount it on top of the 2 rails of brackets on either side. So you can either have a combination of 2 12cm or one 14cm rear and one 12cm at the front. If you want to mount it just behind the bracket area, you can have 2 12cm or 2 14cm. However, it is recommended to remove the ODD rack for better and easier installation. You also have all the cables in order to get your I/O working. So you've got cable for USB 3.0, your headphone audio jack, power, reset button, all the goodness. And on the other side, as you can see, we've got USB 2.0 and USB 3.0. This case comes with 2 pre-installed fans. At the back we have a 12cm, and at the front we have a huge 20cm fan with an RPM of 500. So as the name is Dead Silence, you don't want something over 1000, do you? This will provide you with sufficient airflow as well. You can either change it to 14cm or 12cm with a higher fan speed if you'd so desire. So we have a dust filter as previously mentioned. We also have 4 rubber grommets. This is where your power supply is going to sit down. This is going to reduce vibration and extra noise. And I would recommend once again that do not get a power supply that exceeds in 160mm in size. That's 160cm. Going with the toolless theme, we have 2 3.5 inch hard drive bays with these brackets. Now these brackets can house 3.5 inch and 2.5 inch. However, 2.5 inch have to be screwed in. So as you can see, this kind of increases in size. So now it took me like a couple of seconds to figure it out, but this is really nice. I really do like the idea. I haven't seen it in previous cases before. So what you do, you get the hard drive when it's at the expanded state, you push it back in, and that's it. That is your hard drive fitted in. So let me just quickly show you it again from the back. Put it in, line up the holes where the screw would go to, and that's it. You fit it back and then put it in. Look how easy that is. Took a few seconds. So you can easily put another one, take it off, and then fit a brand new one within a couple of seconds. On the other side we have 2 2.5 inch bays. So this is not exactly toolless. You have to screw in 2 screws with the rubber grommet to reduce vibration. So once you've got that in, you just slide it in the rail, and then you will hear click noise. Once that goes in, that is firmly and securely put in. So the two rubber tips at the end have gone in. I can't push it out. To remove it, you just pull that out and then drag the bay out, and that's easily gone in. So the motherboard goes in horizontally, but in order to accommodate bigger graphics card and bigger CPU coolers, you can take off the 3.5-inch bracket at the top and 2.5-inch bracket. So this gives you extra rooms in order to put in bigger devices. So just for size, I have my GeForce 9600 graphics card. As you can see, this is not the biggest graphics card available, but it does take up quite a lot of room. The installation of a PCI interface card such as graphics card, sound card, or anything else is extremely easy. You just pop it in the back, screw it back down, make sure that it's tightly on, and then that will hold it. So with the two cages installed, the maximum length is 255mm. However, if you decide to remove the cages, you get a maximum length of 350, so you almost get in 10cm more room. Now this case isn't the largest, but luckily you have a lot of room for a high-end air cooler, so you have up to 190mm. Thank you very much for watching my review of this awesome Micro ATX and Mini ATX case by Aerocool. If you enjoyed it, guys, then hit that like button and leave a comment if you want to find out any more information. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and big up to Aerocool for providing me with this review unit.